This is Ben. He has Down syndrome. And Ben loves life. His story starts August 1st, 1973.
Hi, I'm Brian. I just want to take a few moments and talk a bit about my brother Benjamin. When I was about 18, 19, my parents saw an article in the paper in the Toronto Star about Georgie needs a home. It had a picture of Benjamin, who we named him, and his face there and a description of him. And my mom and dad, who were foster parents already, knew that this was the boy that they wanted to adopt into our family. So I remember the day that we were in court and Barrie legally adopting Benjamin. And he came into our home, but he also came into our hearts, and he changed our lives and added to it in ways that we wouldn't have expected, but are totally thankful for. Benjamin is just a great guy with a big heart, unconditional love, kindness, and warmth. He's got a good sense of humor too, and he's willing to pitch in with the rest of us and help with dishes and doing other work. And I'm so glad that my parents made that decision. Our lives have been better for it, and I'm so thankful that Benjamin is and has been and will be a part of our family for a long time.
Benjamin was born with an extra 21st chromosome, which he had no control over. If we as a society discriminate against our most vulnerable or disabled members, we miss out on all the joy, love, and gifts that they bring to the world. Ms. Linda Hill, the Director of Support Services at Stratford's Community Living, and Ms. Nancy Bartz, the President of Goderich District Pro-Life, will explain the discrimination against and stigma surrounding individuals with Down syndrome.
There's discrimination many times in that society itself doesn't look at someone with Down syndrome as being someone unique. People who will come to me and say they were on the bus and somebody was calling them a retard, stupid. I know one situation where a fellow had been shopping and somebody just took the groceries and just threw them out the door of the bus.
Whenever you talk about preborn screening, like ultrasound and so on, you can't stop it and you don't want to stop it. It's not the screening, it's the heart of the person who's doing it. If I was going to have a baby that had a tumor or any kind of issue, I want to know the sooner the better so that I can prepare to take care of that child. Another mother might be doing it so she can prepare to end the life of her child. So it matters what the person is doing it for. You can't stop it. But you have to remember that all of us were born with some kind of a challenge. If you value music and I'm not musical, you might look at me as less valuable than somebody else. So we all have those issues to deal with.
What changes or effects do you see happening to society when it doesn't value people with a disability?
Whenever you look at anybody and you assess, oh, this Down syndrome child will never learn to read, will never learn to have a social friendship group, and on like this, we're saying that their life isn't going to be worth living. So when you start setting people up and saying, this Down syndrome child will never be mentally as capable as other children, all of us, if we live long enough, will reach that same mental ability. either with dementia, forgetfulness, or Alzheimer's. So what you're doing when we evaluate people's mental abilities is saying, welcome euthanasia. And so you stop research, you stop development of things. Down syndrome people bring a wholesome innocence to our society that other people don't. I know people who have mental abilities, disabilities, and what they do is they never think anybody dislikes them, for example, and their friendships are so pure, and we all feel guilty about being judgmental. And so we can learn from these people. And then just me caring for someone else changes me. The minute you have a society that is caring and giving and wholesome, that changes all of society. And that's why we use terms like neighborhood, family, country, nation. Those are the words we use because we want that kind of support. The minute we start doing evaluations of how valuable someone is, in fact, we are at the stage now where we criticized Hitler. We're doing now what we criticize, say, the Amalekites at human sacrifice. When you say you're committing those horrible people threw babies in volcanoes so their crops would grow better, we are killing babies so our financial lives will go better, or whatever our reason. That's human sacrifice, and that leads us to a whole new place. We just have to admit that we're doing it.